Radar means picks up everything in the range, you know. Okay, is that clear? Yeah. So we want to avoid that. Okay. So yes, Nilachala.
Sorry, Mark. It happens if someone else is chanting japa and you see them. Do you acknowledge them or just?
And someone else is committing these offenses?
No, like if they're chanting, there's always a tendency to say Hare Krishna but they're chanting, so should you just...
No, don't disturb their chanting. You're just saying Hare Krishna and they're already saying Hare Krishna. So, you just want some notification. You want to be noticed.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Sridevi, you had something?
When we are not counting, that means we are not keeping track of the number of rounds, and we say, I've chanted for 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever it is, and so I think I've covered my 16 rounds. Maybe not.
You have to use counter beads. Sankhya-purna. It's mentioned that the Goswamis, Sankhya, what is that verse from the Goswami Astakam? Do you know that, Divya? Sankhya-purna Dhanadi. It's one of the prayers to the 6 Goswamis. The 6 Goswamis, although they were chanting incessantly, Sankhya means to count. They kept counter beads. One time, Radhanath Swami told me this. This was in the early days, he had somehow or other lost his counter bead. So he's sitting in a lecture and Prabhupada's there and Prabhupada's talking. And Prabhupada starts to talk about japa and he says, and now when you finish the round you go like this and you pull that one bead there and then you count that like that. Then Maharaj said, I realized Prabhupada was saying I have to get some new counter beads. We have to count. It's important to count. Lord Chaitanya counted. He also kept counter beads. Numerical vow is required when you chant. You make a numerical vow, 16 for those who initiate as minimum. Others can make numerical vows. You keep that numerical vow, but you have to count every day. Yeah. That's why counter beads are there. And they're important, necessary. Yes, anything else? Yes, Silpa?
I just want to finish that question, Guru Maharaj. So if someone is saying that we are chanting for so many hours, we don't have to count because we are chanting so...
Don't believe them.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I just don't believe. It's not like what they say is okay. It's not. Silpa's right behind you.
Maharaj, my question was, if we're trying to finish our japa and it's a matter of time and we do commit these offences, is it best not to do them?
Not to do your rounds? No, it's better not to commit these. But if you have something that is required to do, just like pujaris have to have a certain schedule, or if you have to cook for the family, or the children, or you need something, and those things cannot sometimes be put aside. You have to make time in your daily schedule where you schedule your japa in where there's no other activity. You have to do that. You look at your 24 hours, you carefully try to see, preferably it's early morning time. Usually there's not too many things to do early in the morning. So we recommend, and it's also very conducive to quality japa to chant early. And Prabhupada actually said the rounds you chant before Mangalarti, the rounds you chant during the Brahma Muhurta hour have more spiritual power than later on in the day. Brahma Muhurta? Brahma Muhurta is 1.5 hours before sunrise. 2:48 periods. 2 muhurtas make a Brahma muhurta. 48 and 48, 96 minutes. Like that. Yes. Prabhu? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So, some devotees are chanting extra rounds also. So, is it appropriate to do them during class or during kirtan or something?
Why would you want to do extra rounds when you're doing something else? Better to go to the kirtan and go to the class, and if you want to do extra rounds, do them some other time. Extra rounds means extra, not at the same time. Right?
What about, we can see many times before Mangalarati, when devotees are chanting and then it's time that the curtain opens and some of them, they prolong their round into the Mangalarati.
Don't worry about it.
So we can do that? Or?
Don't worry about it. It's not important. If somebody's doing that, it's not our... Don't worry about that. That's their problem.
Okay.
It's not for us to judge them or not to judge them. It's not our problem.
No, I'm asking if it's appropriate thing to do. Like
well,
if we are mid-round.
You're judging. You're judging whether it's appropriate or not, and you're saying you're doing something inappropriate. Don't worry about it.
So, but if you
do it,
yeah,
don't do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Because when the word appears, then you should pay full attention. If somebody else does it, don't worry about it.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
While chanting with the kirtan, Mangalarati, we probably in a half year or something, should we leave them? We could stop there or how?
Stop your round there, yeah.
Stop there, right?
Yeah, stop there. Krishna's appearing, just stop there. Yes.
Just to get the point clear, some of those activities that are here connected with japa are unavoidable, like sleeping or shopping, and the order is best to chant 24 hours a day. So chanting while going shopping, for example, outside of japa time, this is okay?
The idea is this. Good question, very good question. The idea is this. Your prescribed number of rounds you have to do attentively, with no other activity going on. So if whatever your prescribed number of rounds. Now, once you finish that, you go on to your day-to-day activities. You can still chant while you're working. But you don't carry your beads and chant. You just chant. Hate koro kaji mukhi bodo hori, it says. Chant, work with your hands and chant the holy name. That's Bengali. So they recommend that you can chant throughout the day, but those are not the rounds that you have vowed to your spiritual master. That's just because the principle is Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. Always remember Krishna. So you can chant anytime, any place, anywhere. Like that.
Thank you.
Okay, but not your prescribed rounds. Kosul.
So why do we chant to Krishna and stuff? Why do we chant to Krishna and that? Because if we chant more Krishna, he can hear what you're saying to him back.
And he's happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's very happy to hear that. So the more you chant, the more Krishna's happy. Thank you. Go on to the next slide. Ekantika, you had a question? Okay. All right, let's go. Consequences of inattentive chanting. Someone read? My red light is no longer working. We're going to need the microphone.
Not a drop of taste for the Lord's name is produced in his heart.
Even if one chants 1 lakh holy names, not a drop of the taste. And what does it say?
distraction in chanting produces a type of illusion, causing serious offenses against the holy name that are very difficult to overcome. This illusion leads to a craving for wealth, woman, position, success, and even cheating. When these attractions cover the heart, the neophyte gradually loses interest in chanting of the holy name.
So this is more of a complete description of distraction. Okay. Any questions regarding that? Yes, Michelle? Okay. Very good question. I think that might come up as a solution. We'll get to that. The solution is also going to be given here. Continue. How many more slides about?
It's not on the screen, so I don't really know.
Okay.
I reckon there was about 15.
Okay. Okay. We'll get to the solutions too. Remedies for Aldakshina. So here's some of the remedies. Okay. Here, this is actually answering your question. Okay, someone read, nice and loud, Anuradha. Scream it out.
Yeah. Make it his daily routine to chant for an hour in the company of a saintly Vaishnava in a lonely, secluded spot, taking note of the Vaishnava's devotional attitude and his relish for the holy name. The neophyte should try to emulate this mood, sit in a closed room alone and meditate on the name, as did the previous sages. If that is not possible, then one should cover the head and face with a cloth and concentrate on the holy name.
Have you tried that? I have. It works. So there's a solution. One should seek out the company of great devotees who are chanting the holy name. One should try to emulate, not imitate, emulate their mood. And if that doesn't work, go in a closed room, cover your, senses and concentrate. Yes.
If we cover the head and face with a cloth, then our eyes are closed.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling you what to do. Don't argue with him. So you don't want to see anything, do you? Is there something to see?
No, but we just discussed that if we keep the eyes closed, Your Holiness mentioned that the mind's thoughts get speeded up. So
But speed it up with thoughts of Krishna. Put Krishna's image in the mind. Or really concentrate hard on chanting the holy name. This is called the surgical operation. There's some remedial medicines that are given, but this is the real, when inattention is really strong, this is what you need to do. This is more like a last resort. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Emulation.
Emulation means to Nityakishore, what is the meaning of the word emulation? She's better at English than I am.
No, to follow by example.
Huh?
To follow the example.
To emulate means to follow by example. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, follow by example. Not imitate. Imitate is I'm doing what they're doing, but observe their example and try to emulate that. Or try to follow that.
Something like getting the core of it and not the external.
Right. The external is, sometimes we imitate how a person speaks or how a person talks or walks. That's imitation. You want to emulate their qualities. You want to have those same qualities by practicing those qualities also. Janakinath Prabhu.
Just I want to understand, it says you should chant in the company of the saintly Vaishnava. So then, does this bring about judgmental mentality that I start judging who's saintly and who's not? And Just to understand that, because
No, because you look for those persons who you know are in advance. In the Sri Bhajana Rahasya, in Sri Bhajanamrita, by Srila Narahari Sakar, he explains one should know the difference between the different levels of Vaishnavas and what levels they're practicing on. You have to make discrimination. Who's a neophyte, who's on the middle platform, who's on the Uttamam platform. Not for the sake of criticizing, but for the sake of accepting association and direction. We should know that. And try to understand that. You can understand that by symptoms. One who never finds fault with another person is at least on the Madhyam platform. Or maybe even on an Uttamam platform. That's a high quality. One who is free from fault finding. That is a very high quality. When you meet a person like that, you want that person's association. Yes, okay. Next, go to the next one. Results of applying remedies. Someone read, please. Yeah, Ivan, you have the microphone?
Step by step, his mind and attention becomes fixed in the holy name. By constant chanting, the mellow of the holy name makes him anxious to taste more of that nectar. He is attracted to be in the presence of Tulasi Devi and to reside in a place of Lord Krishna's pastimes. Always seeking the association of saintly devotees, he takes up their discipline. He follows in the footsteps of previous pure devotees in relishing the sublime joy of intimate devotional service, or bhajan. He begins with an hour of bhajan, then 2, then 3, then increases it to 4. Finally, he chants not less than 3 lakhs of holy names a day. This helps him to soon sever his links with materialism.
Step-by-step process. Because when you're actually chanting, you don't want to stop. Prabhupada said, when you're chanting, you'll say 16 rounds, why not 16,000 rounds? It becomes, you can't stop chanting when you taste that on the holy name. So then it just gradually increases like that. Okay, next one. Continue, next one. Here's a remedy for Jadya.
Advanced devotees are cautious about this offense. They never waste a single moment in useless talks or activities, constantly meditating on the Lord's holy name. They are so absorbed in the nectar of the holy name that they do not care for anything else. One must make an effort to associate with such rare devotees and follow their example, thus ridding oneself of laziness.
So searching out those persons that are of this caliber here. They never waste the time for useless talk. They're constantly meditating on the holy name. They don't care for anything else. Seek out their association. Okay, next. Okay, the results of getting proper remedies for Jadya.
It is the nature of saintly Vaishnavas to be always engaged in devotional activities. They never waste time uselessly. Seeing this, one will become immediately attracted to this devotional trait. One will ask himself how he can also become like these devotees, immersed in meditation upon the holy name. How, from this very day, can he gradually increase his chanting until he can actually chant 3 lakhs of holy names with inspiration and eagerness? When Lord Krishna sees such enthusiasm, he reciprocates by removing the neophyte's mental inertia with the power of his name and by bringing him into the association of advanced devotees.
Here's the process, okay. Now, one may be doing other services, but still, the holy name is there. Okay. Any questions about this one? We're going a little bit faster now because we're getting on in time here. So, okay, next. Remedies for distraction. All this information is available to anyone who wants it. So if anybody wants this slide presentation, just see, let's see, can we say Janakinath? Yeah. Give him your email, and then we'll make sure you get this. I'll give you the whole thing, which is 135 slides. This is an abbreviated version. Okay. Yes, okay.
Make a constant effort to drive material cravings away from the mind and diligently follow the rules of Vaishnava etiquette. Begin by observing Ekadashi vows, appearance, days of the Lord, and other important festival days. Spend the entire festival day and night chanting and singing the glories of the Lord in association of saintly devotees. Observe festivals by being in one of the dharmas with pure devotees in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami, reading and discussing Shastra. Wholeheartedly participate in these festivals without anxiety or hesitation.
Here, it's interesting. This is a concentrated form of getting rid of this distraction by attending festivals and doing a absorption into transcendental activities that is complete, such as festivals, kirtan melas, just like, I don't know, next weekend there's a 2 full days of kirtan in different places. In Nuvrajadam, there's a festival. In where else? In where is that place? In Kshetra, Kshetra will be there for kirtan programs. You just absorb yourself in the holy name. Go to japa retreats. Go to japa, kirtan retreats like that. Concentrated on a little bit of, and that breaks through this barrier of what we say being afflicted by distraction. You put yourself in the fire of the holy name, or the fire of the association of people who are fired up. We want to get fired up. We don't want to stay like a match. We want to be like a fire. Okay, so this is a remedy for distraction. Any questions? Yes.
Absorb in on the appearance days of the Lord, but there are so many services involved from 3 o'clock in the morning till next day 3 o'clock in the morning.
I think this means just to attend those festivals, not to go there and do service. Well, doing service is absolute, but in this case, it's talking about a particular remedy of absorbing yourself in the activities of the festival, singing, dancing, hearing Krishna Katha, speaking Krishna Katha.
But does this mean that when somebody is doing the service all day, is this counted as
service meditation? Is absolute. But you have to understand that when it comes to our practice, we have to develop a taste for chanting. If we don't develop a taste for chanting, we're not going to be able to progress really in our Krishna consciousness. So these are remedies in order to develop a taste. But service is on the absolute platform. Yeah. So if you are absorbed in service throughout the day, that is as good as, chanting the holy names. But still, chanting the holy names have to be there. So it's absolute. Prabhupada used to say, I'm doing my dictaphones, I'm doing my translation. This is chanting. In other words, everything you do is actually an extension of a glorification of the holy name. But still, we have to practice the actual process too of chanting the holy name.
Yes, because in my experience, when the festival days are coming and being a pujari, my mind, when I'm chanting, my mind is on
the service.
The service, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're okay. It's not a problem. But if you're having trouble with your japa, this is the remedy.
Okay.
Okay? That's what it's saying. If you're not having trouble and you're just going to the festivals, that's nice. You can do seva and not do seva. Do seva of hearing and chanting, that's seva also.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, next slide. Okay. Someone read.
One must diligently complete the prescribed number of holy names according to his vow, and he must always check that he chants his round sincerely. Those who chant distractedly are always eager to somehow complete the fixed number of holy names and be done with it. It is important to concentrate on the quality of the chanting and not on trying to artificially increase the number of holy names. The name of the Lord should be pronounced distinctly. Only by the grace of the Lord can this be achieved. Thus, one should pray to the Lord that he never falls victim to the wiles of the illusion of distraction, and that he can continue to taste the full nectar of the holy name.
So this is also about prayer. But one should count. This is again about the importance of keeping count and complete. And I think we spoke about this last night, race against the clock. What I do, maybe this might be helpful to you, when I have a certain amount of time and I have more rounds than I can fit within that time, I'm not going to try to squeeze a couple extra ones by trying to race against the clock. Try to do them whatever time nicely. Okay, I have an hour. I'm going to give an hour, but I'm not going to be trying to get a number in. I'm going to try to do them nicely. So it's a certain mindset. If I have more time, then all I do is then I just chant until my rounds are completed. And I can continue to chant. So you have to sometimes create blocks of time in their chanting. We don't recommend you do like, all right, I did 8 rounds, now I have 5 minutes, I'll do number 9. And then I have another 7 minutes, I'll do number 10. 1 round here, 1 round here, 1 round here. Not like that. Sometimes we do that. But it's just squeezing it in. Find blocks of time and make those times your chanting time. That's like this morning, we were a little rushed on time. So I had so much time and I had other things to do, so I said, all right, I'm going to have to surrender to the fact that I can't get as many rounds as I normally get done before I begin my day act. So I had to surrender to that. The other option was, try to squeeze 1 or 2 more in there somewhere and make myself feel good that I did more than it. But you squeeze it in, you squeeze Krishna out. Or he can't actually fit in there, so he doesn't come in because it's too tight. So he's not being squeezed out, he's just not getting in, that's all. So do it nicely. And there's a kind of a satisfaction that comes in the mind when you chant nicely. you feel, although I didn't do so many, but I feel like I've connected nicely with the holy name. You can experience that. So don't race the clock. But plan your day. So, like on these festival days, you might say there would be not much time for japa. So you have to see where there is some time periods, and then use those time periods for chanting. Pre-planning. Okay, that's practical. Okay, next one. The devotee should make a regular practice to spend a little time alone in a quiet place and concentrate deeply on the holy name. He should utter and hear the name distinctly. It is impossible for the jiva to single-handedly overcome and avoid the illusion of distraction. By the mercy of the Lord, however, this is accomplished with ease. Therefore, it is essential to fervently beg for the Lord's grace with great humility. This is the jiva's only means of salvation. So you can't chant attentively. You have to beg for that mercy. And there's a prayer. And I think tonight I'm supposed to give the evening class, and we're going to talk about how to access the mercy through various types of prayers. So we'll speak about that tonight. Prayers before japa, prayers during japa, like that. So, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you can't do it, you have to beg for the Lord's mercy. Krishna wants to see how eager you are. Any comments on that? Questions? Yes, Anuradha.
About the planning,
planning
your japa, because when you see your mothers in Krishna consciousness,
you see
mothers. They have many things to do. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility. It's children going to the school, making lunch for children. I mean, making prasadam for whole family, making plan how to make whole family like be Krishna conscious.
Yeah, they say a mother's duty is never done. A mother's work is never done. A woman's work is never done. That's the actual statement. Men are lazy. They do what they want. The women do what they have to do. Men do what they want. Certain nature of the genders. Women have responsibilities, and their main responsibility is to get the men to do something. Really, that's not a... Think about that one. That's a very important meditation. So yeah, it's difficult for a woman who's married with children and may also have other responsibilities. But still, I think certain solutions are that maybe some of these ladies can get together as a group and support each other. That would be one thing. Good point.
Yeah, because I was connecting with association with advanced devotees, that when we chant together and someone really have a nice rounds, like we said, that advanced devotee, he chant inside, you can feel it, that it's absorbed in holy name. So we can like support each other with chanting together, in group.
Yeah, that's nice. That can be propagated. Speak about that more when you get a chance. Actually try to institute that. Have little group sessions, and then just the support alone makes the holy name more available. Okay, how are we doing on how many more slides? 5 or 6. Let's just go through them fast. It's already 10 o'clock. So yeah. Results of applying remedies of Vikshesha. Someone want to say this one?
These festivals will gradually rekindle the dying spark of spiritual taste.
Okay. Now what happens? The result is?
Thus, he will gradually again become attracted to the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Tasting the superior flavor of pure spirituality, he'll naturally be disgusted by his inferior material attachments. He'll be
enraptured
by the sweet songs about the Supreme Lord's sung by the devotees, and his ears will fill up with nectar. His mind will become dislodged from matter and fixed in the pastimes and holy names of the Lord. When his mind is once again settled upon the holy name, he can chant eternally in a joyous and peaceful mood.
So here's the results. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining, by following the principles of the remedies, these are the results. So it's actually one thing follows another. These are not just eulogies to inspire us, but they're actually the results of following the process properly. Okay, next slide. Step by step, by special stroke of good fortune, a jiva develops enough faith to take shelter of the holy name. By regularly chanting a fixed number of holy names with special care and attention, that person gradually progresses towards anuraga, or spontaneous attraction for the holy name. Next. This is a famous verse. This is spoken by Srila Rupa Goswami. Someone read the translation.
I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna had produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. When then desire many, many mouths, we then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind. And therefore all the senses become inert.
Lord Chaitanya, when he heard this verse composed, this was composed by Srila Rupa Goswami, he asked him again, what is that verse that you have composed? Please speak it again. Lord Chaitanya was so excited to hear this verse. So, yeah, we're getting a little understanding of what the great souls are experiencing. And it's also available for all of us. Okay, next one.
What are you trying to achieve with your chanting? List some emotions you would like Krishna to be experiencing as a result of your chanting. When I chant, I want to leave Krishna feeling...
Okay. Somebody, when I chant, I want to leave Krishna feeling happy. Nice.
Pleased.
Happy. Pleased. Attracted.
Close to us.
Satisfied. What else? I want to feel Krishna feeling that he's being loved by me. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Anything else? He wants... Okay, you want him to feel more protection towards you. Okay, that's nice. Want to come again. Nice, that's very nice. Has a good experience, he comes again, yes.
My desire to serve him.
Huh?
My desire to serve him.
My desire to serve him. So you want him to feel that you have a sincere desire to serve him. Yeah, nice, okay. Anything else? How about Krishna feels like, I want the association of this person. Krishna's like that. He's very humble also. He's very humble. Or the one things you don't want him to feel is like, I want him to feel like now I need some more money and he should feel inclined to give it to me. Something like that. Okay. Full manifestation. So these are the three. Darkness is namaparad. By giving up the fences, by trying to give up the offenses, the dawn of light starts to gradually seep through the clouds of darkness. And that is namabhas, the lessening of defenses, the clearing stage. And the light starts to create. And then beautifully the clouds start to part, the beautiful sun rays of the holy name start to flood the entire atmosphere, soaking the devotee's mind and heart with ecstasy of love of God. He reaches the full stage of pure chanting, and the full manifestation of the sun-like holy name becomes his experience. Okay, next. Countering napara. Pure lifestyle necessary for good japa. No one can give rapt attention who is not pure in mind. No one can be pure in mind who is not pure in action. No one can be pure in action who is not pure in eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. But somehow or other, if someone hears with rapt attention from the right person at the very beginning, one can assuredly see Lord Sri Krishna in person in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. So these are preliminary necessities in order for good japa. Regulate your life, regulate your eating, regulate your sleeping, regulate your activities that are related to the body, and then this will be an asset, or a support to achieve what we say the dissociation of Krishna. So we have to work on regulating our day-to-day activities. Okay? Next slide. Someone read that.
Counteracting nama aparad. Krishna is also very kind. If you chant seriously, without offense, even the mental condition at the time of death is disordered, Krishna will help you how to chant without any offense. The only qualification is that we must be very sincere. Even by symbolic chanting, by joking, if one can get the benefit, why not do it carefully? Why not do it carefully? What is the wrong there? Be serious and chant Hare Krishna very carefully in order to get success of life at the time of death.
So Prabhupada is teaching us to prepare ourselves for that time of death by practicing Krishna consciousness in a very sincere and serious way. Don't wait till later to become serious. Because they say, later never comes. It's always now. You can't live in the later, you live in the now. So the idea is, what you do now impacts upon what happens later. So so be sincere, and then Krishna will do the rest. Even if you're not perfect, he will make up the difference. That's his mercy. He's very kind. There was one devotee, his name was Sudama. He was a sannyasi. He fell from his position of sannyas, and then later on left the movement and took up his old activities again. But he never forgot Prabhupada, never forgot the devotees. At one point he came down with a terminal disease. He went back to the association of devotees. And for a few weeks, he was around devotees, hearing the chanting again, getting their association. The devotees were taking care of him. At the time of death, everyone noticed it. His eyes got big. He looked in a certain direction. He said, "Prabhupada, you've come." And then he left his body. He had done such wonderful service for Prabhupada, but somehow he fell away due to some bad association. But Prabhupada never forgot. Krishna's like that. He's very merciful. That's not something that we do. That's something that to show that even due to circumstances, if one never loses faith in the Lord, then that'll be there. And Krishna will reciprocate. Yeah, there's actually many stories like that. Next one. Oh no, that's the next session. Okay, that concludes this particular session. Any concluding statements, comments, questions? Thank you very much. I'm sorry about going over time. I think there's a meeting with the initiates now. Take breakfast, and after breakfast it's Harinam Sankirtan. So if you haven't been on Harinam Sankirtan in Ljubljana, it's an experience. There are thousands of people on the streets. It's a wonderful opportunity to spread the holy name. Okay. Thank you. Anasuya. Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki. Yathai Gauda Premanande.